basketball game. Scheidler from the left sideline. He's 2 for 2.
And what they're doing on Celine is they're setting picks. Lawrenceville club is setting picks.
Well, you can see right off the bat that Scheidler doesn't hesitate. And I don't classify him as a selfish shooter. There's another shot by ROVA. Peterson comes up with the rebound, left baseline. And we're going to have a foul.
And this is where Lawrenceville is particularly vulnerable. Nathan Schnautz, 6'3", 18, a senior, experienced ball player. He's playing Dave Johnson, but if he gets into foul trouble, it's going to be tough because Scheidler would probably...
You go down the line a little bit in height for Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
Johnson has one more free throw coming. Johnson, a good-looking boy.
I think he's a great shooter. Hit 63% from the field and 71% from the line.
And he gives ROVA a 4-point lead with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Fisher out in front for Lawrenceville. They'd like to get it to Scheidler anytime they can. He's still got it in the lane. From the left side, that's Wagner. His shot no good. ROVA doing a fine job on the defensive board. On the left side it goes. DeBlas in the corner. They look underneath for the big man.
He moves very well. Many big men rely on her, but he's got great quickness, great speed.
Johnson with 6 points now. Lawrenceville back on the attack. That's Pickering. Shot no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. We're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, they're going to give it to Lawrenceville. Ed, the zone and that one chaser on Scheidler hasn't stopped him from putting it up yet. There they get their first chance at two-time inning.
And that's the problem. You beat your man.
Right.
Scheidler beat his man, but there was a man in the zone waiting. Tied him up.
Turned right into him. ROVA leading 10-4. They're coming back on the attack. White Peterson has it out in front.
Yesterday, Lawrenceville was down by 16 to Marmion and won.
Holmes from the top of the key. Steve Holmes from the top of the key.
Good enough to come back from situations like this.
That's Dave Hesher with the ball. Out in front to Wagner.
And I'm sure also, Max, that Jay Scheidler has had this defense played against him a dozen times this year.
Is he working hard? Oh, I'm sure he has. There's that turn back. Somebody else is going to be open all the time, and here sure is. Hesher scores for Lawrenceville.
Might give some comparison. Scheidler on the year is averaging 31.5 points a game. Dave Johnson is averaging 25.
Well, I'll tell you, you watch, there's a bad pass by ROVA. I'm going to give it right back to Lawrenceville. You know, the thing you like about Scheidler is that he works as equally as hard on both ends of the court.
Yes, he does. And on the boards, too. He sets up in the middle, as you see, then he'll come out to the side. He got hit.
Oh, he did get hit. His shot was a little short, but he's going to the free throw line. But I hope all of you can appreciate the perhaps pressure on this young man as well as Johnson, because they're both the big guns, and they both got to perform and perform well in this ballgame.
Watch the farm. Beautiful shooter, 82% from the line.
Normally they miss him when you give him that cross.
His eyes on that basket, wrist bent.
6 point for Scheidler. Lawrenceville back within 4. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Celine gets it on the side to Patterson. Peterson has it right at the line. Off the front of the rim. Beautiful rebound. Nicely by Blas. His shot was no good, and we've got a whistle underneath.
Surprisingly, Max, Dave Johnson has not been inside. You know, sometimes the team will forget about their strength, and he's been outside. I can't understand why they don't move him down under that basket where he can rebound, where he can get that ball in close and score.
Scheidler from 25 feet. And he gets his own rebound back. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What an effort. Brings Lawrenceville back within 2. ROVA coming back now. Johnson's still working high. They'd like to get it into him. They do. Schnauts is the foul, second personal foul. ROVA will have it out of bounds under their own basket. Johnson again moving out high, trying to work underneath, but can't. Pass underneath, spotted out of bounds. Underneath of the big guy. Boy, what a fine touch that man's got on the ball.
Yes, he has. He'll take it right up. Big, he's heavy, but he's very quick.
Beautiful arch. Way on the left side, Pickering. Gets it to Scheidler. We've got the 3-second violation. Coming in for ROVA is Dooley, number 22, Randy Dooley.
And Coach Bob Meredith said he had a couple of boys on the bench that he thought would match up well with Scheidler. So what he's doing, he's giving Roger Saline a rest.
Gets it back. That is Dooley. He's going to take that shot. Beautiful fake, but he's just a little short. Got a man on the floor. The ball's picked up by Holmes, and he lays it on the backboard. Steve Holmes, with alert basketball, picked that one right up off the floor.
Now number 22 is covering Scheidler.
There it is.
Now number 22 is watching Scheidler hit over his hand.
Right.
Beautiful move.
Well, we find in basketball it's tough on that guy driving down the middle. They learn how to stand in front of him. Second foul on Peterson. There he is, top of the circle. He's down on the floor again. I have a feeling he's going to spend a little time on the floor. Shot from the corner. Good. Hesher scores from the corner. Coming down quickly as Peterson gets it to Blas. Johnson, big boy, right in the lane. Can't get it down. We've got a foul call on Randy Dooley. Coming in as number 40 is Mike Shepard. And going out is number 34, John Blas. So Shepard is in the ball game for ROVA. And if you can follow, there's some great action underneath. Big block by Johnson. Pass off on this side of Dooley. His shot's no good. Johnson's got it back, and he's going to get fouled. Foul is on number 22, J.D. Scheidler. ROVA moves that ball down the court well, Ed, and they look for that open man very nicely.
Move it down the floor. They know where they want to go with it. They want to get it in inside, but when you've got the kids that they've got, Steve Holmes on the outside that can shoot, they're tough ball clubs.
Johnson, a 71% free throw shooter, and he just put one in. ROVA 17, Lawrenceville 14. 9 points for Dave Johnson, looking for number 10 right here. And he got it.
Johnson is the 4th leading scorer in the tournament. He's been averaging 22 points a game in the 2 games they've played, and Scheidler, of course, the leader with 32 a game in the 2 games he's played.
Boy, they're looking for him. Working hard to get that ball to Scheidler, their big gunner. There's his shot from right at the line by number 30, which was Pickering. And we've got a foul call on number 22, which is Randy Dooley.
That's it. Beautiful play on Scheidler's part. He knew it was coming. He just stood there. He took, watch it. He stops now, takes position. He's moving back even. He wants to make sure the official knows that he's going the other way. Beautiful play. Smart, heady ball player.
He saw that coming all the way.
You know, he had a great advantage. His older brother, Denny, was a great basketball player and led the state of Illinois in scoring one year. He learned a lot from Denny.
I don't think there's any place on the court this boy won't throw it up from. You know, he took 44 shots yesterday. That's 12 for him today. Not 12 shots, but 12 points. ROVA trying to get back. Johnson has it slapped out of bounds, and ROVA's going to keep it. Lawrenceville is only down by 2. We've got only 34 seconds remaining in the first period. ROVA's up by 2. Johnson has it on the corner. Gets it out in front to Peterson.
Johnson's calling for 1 shot with 27 seconds to go. They would like to just take 1.
Who do you think's going to get the shot?
Well,
You think they would try to get it to the big guy?
Johnson or Holmes, I'm sure Coach Bob Meredith would like to see one of those two shooting it. Normally they go with about 8 seconds to go.
All right, 11 seconds. There they go inside to Peterson. Left baseline shot. Short, no good. There's another one. That'll count if it goes. A fine percentage from a long distance out.
I think his best night this year was, I think, 54, 55. He was in the 40s a couple of times.
ROVA controls the tip again. Peterson on the left side. Out in front it comes to Dooley. Looking for the big guy. They got him. Man on the floor is Scheidler. Ball is tipped out of bounds. And I think, yes, ROVA's going to take it out of bounds. You know, ROVA is really the abbreviations for Rio, Oneida, Victoria, and Altona. And out in front it comes. Along the left baseline is Peterson. Beautiful drive. Beautiful drive.
Randy Dooley is still on Jay Scheidler. Scheidler's running into picks all over the place.
Yeah, he's looking for a pick any place he can get it. There he is in the corner. He goes up with it. That's good. You know, there's just a little difference. He is so confident right now that his shot is good, and you knew when that ball left his hand that it was going in. ROVA's up by 4. Get it into the big guy. He's there. Scheidler on him. Short is long. The shot is long. Short is long. Shot is long. Scheidler doing a fine job defensively. You know that 95% of the time they're going to that guy right there. That's in too. He is absolutely hot. 16 points right now for Jay Scheidler. We got 6 minutes, 43 seconds to go. And Lawrenceville is down only by 2. That's Dooley. Scheidler is 7 for 10. 7 for 10, Ed. That's a little different in the first half than we saw yesterday.
Now, this is the time that I believe ROVA, if they've got Scheidler covering Johnson in there, I think they should slow it down a little bit. Just take their time. So you waste 10, 15 seconds, but put Scheidler in a situation where he can foul.
That one was just a little short. On target, but a little short. ROVA coming back. That's number 40, Shepard. And we've got goaltending. And we made the comment earlier, we haven't had one of those in a tournament, so that's our first one. Shepard gets the basket.
Can you imagine 6 foot 1.5 inch boy getting called for goaltending? You got to get up pretty high to do that.
And there's a foul on Roger Saline. That's his second.
Well, the game
is in the bonus situation.
The game is picking up tempo. Ron Felling, the coach at Lawrenceville, just took off his coat. He doesn't go any further than that. That's all. But Ronnie figures the game started now.
He looked over here a couple times, Ed, when Scheidler threw a couple of straight baskets in, just as if to say he's got it today. The first shot by Schnauz is good.
Boy, this young man has been very important to this club.
And may play a big part before this ball game is over. Lawrenceville playing extremely tough defense right now. They want that ball back. That's Dooley. Shot's no good. Rebound underneath beautifully by Dwight Peterson.
Lawrenceville plays a man-to-man, and they can't allow those things to happen. They can't allow those rebounds, offensive rebounds.
Lawrenceville is down by 4. There's a shot on the left side by Wagner. Rebound beautifully. It's beautifully done by Schnauz. Beautiful shot. Well, that's just what you said. He's going to play a part in this ball game. You got to have your man in the middle getting some rebounds. That's Shepard. Inside to Johnson. We're going to have a pushing foul on Jay Scheidler. That's his second personal foul.
I would think, Max, you almost have to take him off the big guy now. 5 minutes to go. You wouldn't want him to pick up his third foul.
I suppose you're right. The basket good by Dwight Peterson. Moves ROVA ahead again by 4. 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Ball slapped away. Peterson picks up the loose ball. Had a man wide open down court, but didn't pick it up.
They've taken Scheidler off of Johnson.
Yes, they have. Good up. And we've got a foul called underneath.
That's 3 on him, I believe. Let's check it.
Now picks up foul number 3.
Now they've only got, there it is. See, Ron Felling, the coach at Lawrenceville, he knows what's happening out there. Scheidler has 2. Snouts has 3.
Rightfully, he should be a little concerned. Free throw is long off the back iron. Ball tipped out of bounds. Awarded to ROVA. ROVA with a 4-point lead. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second period. There's a shot by Peterson from 15 feet left side. For Peterson, that's 10. Ball knocked away beautifully, and a foul at the same time. He tried to recapture. Dwight Peterson tried to get it back. Couldn't. Third personal foul on Peterson. Peterson is also shooting extremely well from the forehead, 5 for 7. Coming in is Pace, and going out is Snouts to give him a little rest with 3 personal fouls. Also coming in for ROVA.
Brent Pace is actually the biggest man on the Lawrenceville club. He's 6'4". He's a senior, and but he's not as quick as Snout.
Scheidler at the line.
Let it hit.
17 points. 18 points.
18 out of 26.
Well, you've got to say he's a major factor in the Indians' attack. Celine out in front. The big guy, Jackson. There's a foul on Pace, who just came into the ballgame.
That was a pretty good move by Johnson. I believe when he was up in the air, he almost passed the ball. He saw an open man down at the baseline, but he saw the foul coming, and he took it, and he gets 2. Both teams in a bonus situation now.
The Illinois High School Association conducts statewide championship competitions in a number of other sports. They include cross-country, wrestling, swimming, gymnastics, soccer, track and field, golf, tennis, and football. So he gets them both.
ROVA once again in what they call the diamond and one. That means that there's one man covering Jay Scheidler. The other 4 are in a zone.
Wagner gets it to Scheidler. He's got his shadow there. The shot's in the air, and it's off to the left. He was really hounded that time. Celine with the ball out in front. On this side, it's Dooley into Peterson. Left baseline, 10-foot shot off, no good. Lawrenceville down quickly. Scheidler looking for the ball.
You know, Johnson is actually turning into the toughest shot. You'd think he'd turn back toward the middle where they had a better look at the basket, but he's turning to the baseline and shooting from behind the basket.
There he is. He moved it off quickly that time. That's one thing you admire about him. If he doesn't have it, he certainly gets rid of the ball. And a traveling violation. So ROVA will once again get the ball on a turnover. Hasn't been too many turnovers, though, Ed, in this ball game. Johnson tried to use the glass, couldn't get it to hit. That's Celine. His shot was short. Wagner with the ball. Johnson comes off with that rebound.
Nice little behind the back pass on that one.
Just a little flip. Get it into the big guy. Gets his own ball back, and we're going to have a foul call.
That time he turned back into the middle. kept him right in position for the rebound. As we pointed out, he has been turning to the baseline, shooting, and he really don't have much of a shot at the rebound. But that time he was right underneath and got it, put it back up.
That's Bob Meredith talking over his team's situation. Johnson's at the line and makes good. 13 points. 7 of those on free throws. Picked up his 14th.
They go back to an 8-point lead. They were up by 8 earlier.
2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Scheidler working hard. Finally gets himself loose. Shadowed closely by Johnson. Johnson and Seidler is there, and he hits the front of the iron. You know, he's gone back to doing what he was doing yesterday, and he's just a little short. Third personal foul on Celine.
Well, you say he's going back to what he's doing yesterday when he only got 37.
Yeah. Might bring out that Brent Browning of Ridgeway holds the individual high game mark of 45, which was done in 1973.
Hey, go get it now, one time.
He's got one more coming. That's good. He's only an 82% free throw shooter on the year. 20 points now for Jay Scheidler. ROVA having some difficulty getting across.
Oh, they're pressing now.
Yep, Lawrenceville has gone to more of a pressing offense. And we're going to have a foul on the big boy. Dave Johnson picks up the foul. Number 1. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the second period. And ROVA is up by 6. At the line, Brent Pace, 6'4" senior. Lawrenceville now trailing by 5. Substitution waiting to come in for Pace, and he'll have to wait till his free throw is over. Now we're going to have a lane violation. I don't know whether he called that on Johnson or not.
I believe he did.
Would have.
Of course, Johnson trying to keep Scheidler off the board, and Scheidler can jump well enough that he can go up and get it.
Well, he cashed in on it. Now they'll let the substitute come in. Louis Stevens comes in. He's a 6'2" senior. So Stevens is in the ballgame. Over on this side to Shepard. Shepard looking inside. He gets it inside. Shot up beautifully by Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson scored on a beautiful shot. Johnson's first basket. Lawrenceville now trying to get it to Scheidler. Wagner has it. On this side, it comes to Stevens. We've got a foul called inside on Steve Johnson, who was the shadow of Scheidler. There's Bob Meredith giving his body English to the Tigers of ROVA. Scheidler is 6 for 7 at the free throw, or 7 for 7 at the free throw line. Now he's 8 for 8. Lawrenceville coming out with a press all over the court. Now they want that ball back. Almost threw that one away. Almost threw it away. We got a foul inside on number 44, Louis Johnson. And Dave Johnson's going to go back to the line. Seen him there a lot today. He'll have a 1-and-1. 9 for 10 now. Johnson 9 for 10 at the line. He's got one more coming. ROVA's up by 5. Now they're up by 6. A minute 38 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wagner with the ball on the left side. They get it in the corner to Pickering. Now they get it to Scheidler. 25 feet. And Scheidler's going to the line again. Foul is called on number 30, Steve Johnson. Bob Meredith didn't look too happy there. Minute 23 seconds remaining. It's ROVA 38, Lawrenceville 32. And that's Jay Scheidler. Scheidler will have one more coming. 10 for 10 at the line. You can't get much better than that unless it's 11 for 11. That's Dooley working nicely out in front. Gets the ball to Johnson. He wants to get it inside, but can't. Got him on the floor. Dave Johnson. We're under 1 minute now. Double team. Way on the other side to number 44 is Stevens, and he's got himself trapped. Fine defensive effort. Fine defensive effort. And we're going to have a jump ball. Stevens jumping against Blas, and ROVA controls it. Down quickly. Jump shot bounds around. We've got a foul call underneath. The shot taken by Dooley. Hit the iron a couple times, and ROVA created an offensive foul underneath. We're 42 seconds away from the end of the second quarter. Going out of the ball game, number 34 was number 34 went out. 24, I guess it was. And we've got a 1-and-1 at the line. Louis Stevens was only a 57% free throw shooter, but he certainly put that one in. 42 seconds remaining. Second shot is good. Lawrenceville down by 4. That's Shepard working out in front. Gets that ball nicely on the far side to Peterson. Lawrenceville comes up with the loose ball. Down by 4. Jay Scheidler. Lawrenceville down by only 2. On the left side, that's Shepard. Shot in and out, no good. Scheidler beautifully gets the ball away, but we've got a foul called underneath. Boy, if we could see that again. That Scheidler went up and took that ball right out of everybody. I think we can. Now, you watch Scheidler on the far side of the basket. Ball goes up. Watch him take that ball away. Beautiful. Boy, does he force that ball out. Going to the line, Dave Johnson. Lawrenceville is 16 for 16 at the free throw line in the first half. Johnson cashes in again from the line. He'll have one more coming. 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Second shot is also good. Lawrenceville will try to get a shot off. Scheidler, he probably shoot it from there. He's going to go up. There it is. And it wasn't that far off. Well, that takes care of the first half. And now we'll turn it over to Ray Scott. Well, Scheidler and Johnson are jumping up center. And Lawrenceville controls it. Driving in is Wagner. Beautiful. And, boy, they came out and got 2 in a hurry. And that always does a lot for a ball club, beginning the second half, to get that quick 2 baskets, 2 points. Peterson. Celine has it. Back to Peterson. 2 men on the floor. That's Dooley. Puts it on this side to Blas. He starts his drive down the baseline. And we've got an offensive charging foul. Well, that's 2 big breaks right off the bat for Lawrenceville. That tip, breakaway basket, and that charging foul. That can tie the ball game up if they can get 2 here.
Roger Celine is still covering Jay Scheidler. It's a diamond and 1 defense.
28 points for Mr. Scheidler.
Jay Scheidler has not changed his tactics.
Hesser was called for the foul. First foul for Dave Hesser.
They only got him listed as one there.
Yeah, well, that's the... well, they show only one. Down quickly. Peterson. Baseline shot. Pickering. Beautiful rebound. Oh, Scheidler was in the corner open. They didn't see him. Wagner. There he is. And there it is. Off the front of the rim, batted around. The big boy Johnson controls it. He is strong.
Very wisely. He didn't argue with him. He just gave it up. Let the little men bring the ball up the court. Johnson goes down to his position inside.
See, that's the thing I think that'll hurt him. When he takes a shot outside, there's nobody under there to really get the rebound.
Right, and again, we point out he's turning through the baseline.
Hesser has it. Jay Scheidler. Didn't get the roll. Had a lot of chance. Long pass down court. Quick, beautiful shot. Holmes gets the basket. Steve Holmes came in for that score.
Holmes was so tough yesterday when he had 16.
Wagner. Pickering. Johnson again controls.
They have not been moving the ball into Johnson as thus far.
Well, I'll tell you, he wants to go at the bucket. A foul is called on Snouts, and I think that's number 4.
Yes,
that is number 4.
Nathan Snouts, 6'3", a senior starter. He's their big man in that lineup, but if they lose him, Jay Scheidler may have to cover Dave Johnson.
That's the 13th free throw for Johnson that he's made. Pace comes into the ball game. Snouts goes out. 13 for 14 for Johnson. Got to give that one a good look. 14 for 15. Escher has the ball. Once he can't get rid of it. We've got a jump ball. Nice defensive job, Ed.
Yeah, they double chained him. That's the diamond zone. 4 men on the ROVA team are playing zone. 1 man is playing man-to-man. That man, of course, is covering Jay Scheidler.
We could have a new record in free throws for a single game, too. That record 17 by Dave Hobson of Raymond Lincolnwood. And Johnson could well be approaching that. That was in 1972, the semifinals. He had 17 out of 19. Jay Scheidler 2 times. Herscher's shot off, no good. Taken off nicely by Blas. Johnson himself brings it up the court. Blas has it back. On the other side, that's Holmes. Beautiful. You know, he's somebody that hasn't really been a factor in this ball game scoring-wise yet. And he was yesterday.
Pretty good shooter.
Now we've got Ron Felling taking a good look. We're going to have a traveling call, and I don't think Mr. Felling's going to be very happy about that. He wants a timeout. Ball to bring inbounds. And they do get it in to Peterson. He's going right to the bucket. Gets the ball off. Ball tipped around, finally knocked in by Dave Johnson.
Left-handed.
Yes.
A left-handed tip.
For a guy that could never use his left hand, you would pick something like that up.
Oh, if I'd have hit that ball, it had been out in the parking lot.
Scheidler. That's 24 for Johnson. Scheidler from the corner. It's good.
I'm 6'8". I spend most of my time shooting from outside, and Scheidler does.
Scheidler just picked up his 30th point. Apparently, must have been an official's timeout. ROVA gets it back. That's Holmes. Peterson back to Holmes. Top of the circle.
How many points does Holmes have, Jack?
Holmes has 12 now.
Oh, he's tough.
Yep. And he's got 6 of those now. He had 6 in all of the first half. Scheidler in that right corner. Gets the ball to Pickering. His shot off, no good. We're going to have a foul called on the big guy. On Johnson, and that's his second personal foul.
Of course, as we said yesterday, Johnson will foul. He's aggressive.
Well, when you get a guy that big, he's going to move people around. He's 6'8". Five seconds to get that ball inbounds.
And someone has to touch
somebody,
yeah.
right?
He lofted the ball. He let it go prior to 5 seconds elapsing, but it did not reach its destination.
Right. In that left corner, it's Holmes. Trying to get it underneath to the big guy Johnson, but the ball batted nicely out of bounds.
That's a dangerous spot to watch a ball game from. You might get stepped on.
Absolutely. Foul is on Pace. Number 54. Pace picked up the foul. ROVA taking the ball out of bounds. That's Holmes. Steve Holmes.
They come down every game. 2 of those yesterday decided in the last 30 seconds, and they've got to be professional. They've got to make the right calls, the right decision, and there's a tremendous amount of pressure on them. They do a fine job.
Holmes will inbound the ball for ROVA. We've got 3 minutes and 43 seconds. He's calling a technical foul, Ed. I wonder if we can see that again. Yeah, I'd like to see what happened on that one. Here, look at this one, Ed. He's called a technical foul.
He called it technical as soon as the kid didn't have time to say anything.
He moved in front of him. You couldn't tell from the replay that anything unusual happened.
Hit the free throw, by the way.
So ROVA has the ball back again after that free throw. Peterson working out in front, guarded by Hirscher. Ball on the baseline, shot up, around, and good by Steve Holmes. Lawrenceville now down by 11.
That's ROVA's biggest lead.
Yep, now we'll see if the Indians panic at all. Got to find the open man, and they did, and he didn't get the shot off. Bad pass, really. He had that shot.
Well, you'll find this when you get down. I think they'll be looking for Scheidler now. That's one of the problems when you've got one man that does a lot of your scoring. When you get in trouble, you look for him all the time.
Ron Gear gets the ball in to Pickering, and he puts Lawrenceville a little closer. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Peterson across the 10-second line. Johnson being guarded by Scheidler. Shot is up, and a block got in there, and we're going to have a foul on the big guy. Well, you know, we were watching Scheidler, and he backed in and did a fine job blocking out Dave Johnson.
Watch the replay on it. Again, we point out, he goes for the ball, hits with his body. You see the contact there with his body. He knew he fouled.
For Dave Johnson, his third personal foul. Wagner off the front of the iron. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third period. This the first game in our semifinal action. Shepard gets it in the corner. The big boy Johnson. You think he can hit from outside?
Oh, I'll tell you, he's 15 feet away from the basket there. Puts it right in the bottom of the net.
Shot by Hirscher. Up, no good. Johnson comes off, and he picked up his 27th point on that last basket.
And Scheidler has not scored recently.
Shepard gets it into Johnson. We're going to have an offensive foul. I think that's his 4th personal foul. And that was a good call. He turned and went at that bucket. He had her knocked down. And perhaps it falls in the category of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Boy, I'm glad they didn't have that rule when I played, because I spent the entire time on the bench. I acted. Every time somebody even came near me, I could bleed on demand.
Actually, you were an imposter.
Oh, I used to act. Whew.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes remaining in the third period.
Johnson is out of the lineup. He has 4.
From the left corner, that's Pickering. A foul. On block.
It's an amazing thing to say, Max. ROVA is up by 11, but now you have to say ROVA has to be careful and not lose their cool.
Right. Well, they were on the verge of perhaps breaking it open. And now with the big boy out of there, may change things drastically.
But let's say this. They have played 3 or 4 games. One, I believe Johnson was out the whole last quarter, and they won. They've been in this situation a number of times.
Lawrenceville back within 9, just under 2 minutes remaining. Lawrenceville pressing all over the court. And the jubilation of the Lawrenceville fans, the success of their defensive ball club. Inside, that's Pickering. ROVA still working Pickering with 6 points, trying to get the ball across. Ball knocked. They're going to call a foul on Jay Scheidler. That's Scheidler's 3rd personal foul. Ron Felling. You see both coaches there. Minute 24 seconds remaining. ROVA is up by 7. White Peterson guarded closely by Dave Hersher. Look at that Scheidler play defense. Boy, does he want to get that ball back. That's Holmes. Holmes has it back again. He's going to have to play a big part. I'm sure that ROVA wants to just play around with the ball a while. Let some of that time run off the clock.
I think they're smart.
Absolutely. Give that big guy more time to spend on the bench and keep the ball in their possession. Doing a fine job of it, too, Ed. Ooh, almost had a jump ball. You got to be careful in a situation like this that you don't overreact defensively and leave somebody wide open underneath. 26 seconds remaining on the clock. 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Well, Ed, they're doing the job that they've set out to do. 14, 12. Who are they going to? Holmes has it at the line. First semifinal game. The winner of this ball game goes into the championship game. And it's all on the line right now.
Strange defensive alignment.
And Lawrenceville gets the tip. They're down by 9. Scheidler from the corner. 32 points. Didn't hesitate at all. Lawrenceville pressing all over the court. Almost lost the ball. Holmes.
They're having a little trouble with that press. They're having trouble getting the ball across.
Peterson just standing and holding the ball. He gets it to Shepard. Holmes out in front. To Johnson. Holmes. They may want to hold that thing the whole quarter. On the baseline. Off the front. Scheidler tips it. Ball
Oh, beautiful play.
And ROVA picks it up. Holmes has the ball. We're going to have an offensive foul. And that was a very, very nice call under a very trying situation. And the defensive man did his job, anticipated which way they were going to turn, and he was there to pick up that offensive foul. Hersher has it out in front. That's Wagner to Scheidler. He goes right up with it. Off short, ball batted around, and Dwight Peterson comes up with it. Peterson right down the lane, stops, pulls up, and scores.
He followed through. That's the way you tell whether a ball player is a little tight. Watch the follow through, and he just put that ball up there and followed through beautifully.
Foul called underneath on number 34 on John Voss. There's John.
That's his third. Another big man for ROVA.
Well, it's been a tough game, and those type of games bring on the personal fouls. Dave Wagner is at the line, 62% free throw shooter. He's got 2. Wagner picks up his 3rd point of the day. 4th point. Lawrenceville within 7. 6:39. Quickly, that's Shepard. A ball knocked out of bounds. Fine defensive play by Scheidler. Peterson, long pass, beautiful play by Pickering. Got that lobbing pass. Now Scheidler has it. He's going up with it. You can bet on that. ROVA up by 5. 34 points by Scheidler. Remember, the single game record is 45. Rebound, tipped around, fought for, and we're going to have a foul. As soon as we can see who it's on, the foul is going to be on Ron Gear.
Watch the replay. He's got a timeout. Let's take it.
John Glass at the free throw line. Puts ROVA up by 6 with 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Mike Shepard is waiting to come into the ball game, but he apparently is going to replace Claus. He makes good on the second free throw.
I admire those young men. Boy, it's tough standing at that line all alone.
Do you think they really noticed the people at that particular time?
Oh, I don't think they noticed the people. I just think they noticed the score and the situation. That arm starts to tighten up a little bit, Max.
He's going with it. Oh, what a touch. Scheidler picks up 2 more. Lawrenceville pressing all over the court. They've got to have it back. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Right here in front of our mounting booth. Oh, and it kicked out of bounds by Dave Wagner.
Now, one of the important things that Lawrenceville will try to do is to move ROVA into the corners, just as they did there in
They want to keep them away from the center
floor where they have room to operate.
Underneath it goes to Shepard. He gets it back to Johnson. His shot up, no good. A great trip. Chip, another one. Fought far, and Wagner comes off with it for Lawrenceville. Escher has it. Here's the Scheidler again. 30 feet. Beautiful rebound by Steve Holmes for ROVA.
I would think they would put Johnson inside now and try to go deep to him.
Well, ROVA's going to play with it, it looks like, a little bit. There it goes to Johnson. Boy, does he turn for that bucket. He wants to go for the bucket every time he gets it.
See, with Johnson in there, it makes it very tough for them to go out and press. Because if they're pressing Johnson, surprised they don't go more to him.
Bob Meredith wasn't too happy about that.
No, it's a bad play. They should have been looking up court to Johnson. He should be your outlet. Big man.
Wagner and Hersher out in front for Lawrenceville. Scheidler in the corner. ROVA up by 3 with 4 minutes, 40 seconds, 38 points for Jay Scheidler. Lawrenceville desperately wants that ball back. Peterson, 2 times. Finally gets rid of it. Johnson gets it into Holmes.
I think that's the way they've got to go, Max. They've got to go and attack them. They've got to go and attack that press. Because when you start laying back and worrying about the passes, you've got to be offensively minded.
Scheidler's going to go with it. You know he is. Oh, if that one had gone in, we'd all got up and left the place. He's going to go to the line with 2. Saline picked up the foul.
There's Ron Spelling.
Is he giving vocal signals or hand signals?
Both. Saline picks up his 4th foul, by the way.
Jay Scheidler at the line. Remember, Lawrenceville hasn't missed a free throw.
Nice going, Max. Any other succinct comments you would like to make? Now you're getting my touch.
I hope not. 65-68. ROVA up by 5. Up by 4. Lawrenceville dropping back, not pressing all over the court now. Now they're coming up. Gotta have that ball. A mad scramble for the ball. Some long passes across court, Ed.
I think I'd get Johnson down deep.
Play the ball off of him occasionally. That's Peterson. Now they get it to Johnson, to Holmes in the corner. Back out to Peterson, to Johnson. They're just going to play catch. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to Johnson underneath. And an easy 2 points.
I think that's what they've got to do. They've got to keep the pressure on, keep trying to score. Because with that zone, everybody's out, and Johnson's all alone under the basket.
Dooley shadowing Scheidler. They're really in a man-to-man now, but Dooley trying to keep the ball away from him. There he goes up for his shot. Comes off. Pickering comes off with a rebound. They'd like to get it back out in front. They do to Scheidler right down the middle. Johnson on a beautiful, beautiful defensive play, but he had the ball on the way down, and the official award 2 points to Lawrenceville.
It's very important when Lawrenceville scores because it gives them a chance to set up their zone press. They could have come away with a rebound. It's much more difficult for a zone press.
Coming back into the ball game is Schnauz. Lawrenceville really pressing all over the court now. Two-timing every chance they get. Dooley gets the ball off to Holmes. Now he gets it to Johnson. Johnson wants to bring it out in front. They'll drop Johnson down underneath in a minute. There he goes.
That's it.
Holmes still working with the ball. Peterson. And we've got a foul on number 14.
Peterson, 75% shooter from the line, but I'll tell you, that arm tightens up in situations like this when you go up to that free throw line.
41 points for Jay Scheidler. Escher was called for the foul.
And look at this. Lawrenceville taking one man all the way down the floor, and nobody sees him.
Oh, the fans do. He's open. He's open, Jay. You didn't see him. The whole ROVA stand saw him down there. 30-foot shot. Tipped around. Is it saved? On the floor, a scramble. The ball rolled out of bounds and will be awarded to ROVA. They're up by 4. 2 minutes, 32 seconds remaining on the clock. Lawrenceville. The Indians want the ball. ROVA doing a great job of running time off the clock. Left baseline shot is good. Beautiful shot by Shepard. Beautiful. Jay Scheidler with 43.
Oh, in a game of this. I absolutely marvel at their free throw shooting because I'd have to believe that going to that free throw line is a lot different than shooting in the heat of actual play.
Absolutely.
The pressure tremendous.
Absolutely. You've got time to think. ROVA will inbound the ball. Holmes gets it in for him. And I'm sure they're going to try to get a little time off the clock. And they're going to call over and back. They say no, sir. The defensive man did not, in fact, did not touch the ball. There you see Bob Meredith. And Lawrenceville now has the chance to bring it back. They're losing or down by 4. Scheidler from the left corner, off the rim. The rebound beautifully taken in there by Schnauz. Very crucial rebound. Neidler loses the ball. It goes out of bounds. And ROVA gets the ball back with 1 minute and 38 seconds remaining. Lawrenceville pressing the inbound pass. Minute 31, 30 seconds. Holmes, left-hand corner. Back out in front to Johnson. Back now to Johnson. Peterson has it. They want to kill as much time as they can. Peterson starts to go, but gets it back to the big boy. Holmes back out in front to Peterson. He's got it. The ball's knocked away, but we're going to have a foul. Hesher picks up the foul. We've got 1 minute and 7 seconds. ROVA up by 4 points. And he doesn't pass in. Jay Scheidler down the court quickly. He goes up. Ooh, and it just hits the front of the basket. And a foul called on Mike Shepard. The free throw shooting has been unbelievable in this ball game. Lawrenceville, 21 out of 22. And ROVA, 17 out of 18. We've had 17 out of 19. That's right. They just missed that last one. Unbelievable. Scheidler misses up it. We've talked about the great free throw shooting twice, and we put the hex on Jay Scheidler both times. I think not a comment at this time. Three-point. Jay Scheidler is shaken. What an effort. What an effort. He wanted that ball badly. Jay Scheidler is the leading scorer in the tournament, averaging 32 points a game. Scheidler's 4th personal foul. And to the line is Mike Shepard, and he is only an 85% free throw shooter on the season. What a big free throw. 1 minute and 2 seconds. We've had all this action, and we've only had 5 seconds go off the clock since we had that last time out. Lawrenceville back quickly. Usher. In the corner it goes. That's Gear. Shot up, no good. Rebound taken off by ROVA. That's Peterson with the ball. Moving the ball around. Scheidler comes up with the interception. He's going to take it himself. There it is. Lawrenceville pressing. ROVA had a man down the court, and they didn't see him. And a foul called at midcourt on Ron Gear. Jay Scheidler just broke the single game.
This doesn't seem right that either of these teams could not continue.
Right. And a very, very big clutch free throw by Dave Johnson for his 30th point of the ball game. ROVA up by 5 with 30 seconds remaining. Scheidler has it, fakes, goes up. Rebound try, no good. Another rebound attempt in there by Gear, no good. Rebound fought for, and what a battle under the boards. You've got to really just do nothing but jump up and down for those kids, how hard they're fighting.
They've called a foul on Dave Johnson, which will foul him out of the game.
What an ovation he will get when he leaves the ballgame.
I thought they called a foul on him.
Now they have it on the board.
No, it's 52 of the other team. I beg your pardon. Number 52, Nathan Schnauts.
Okay, Schnauts goes out.
Number 52 of Lawrenceville. I beg your pardon.
Well, with only 19 seconds to go, Schnauz goes out of the ball game, and Johnson goes back to the line. Seconds remaining, and Dave Johnson has just about put a cap on it. They're 6 points up. .25-footer. Timeout is called.
It shows the great balance here in the 8 teams that have reached this tournament. The number 1 team seeded has been eliminated, and the number 2 seeded team is about to be eliminated.
We've got 10 seconds on the clock, and a foul is going to be called on Dave Wagner. And again, they'll go to the line. Shepard goes to the line. For ROVA, we now have 9 seconds showing on the board. Mike Shepard with 8 points in the ball game. A 6-point advantage for ROVA. Jay Scheidler. He'll get one more shot off. We have a jump ball with 1 second remaining on the clock. We'll have no more time than to get this ball up in the air, and with some sort of desperation, perhaps another shot can be get off. There's the horn. And ROVA defeats Lawrenceville 77-70. Well, we'll be back with our wrap-up, but right now, here's Ray Scott.